Huge win for the Knicks tonight in Milwaukee. Jalen Brunson, 43 points. Look at the hustle. Isaiah Hartenstein, a double-double, 18 and 10 in that great hustle play. That led to a bucket for the Knicks. And Donte DiVincenzo, 8 of 11 from downtown, 12 of his 26 in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks beat the Bucks 122 to 109. As we take a look at the standings in the Eastern Conference, with this win, the Knicks are only a game out of second. The Magic won, the Cavs lost, the Pacers beat the Heat. So the Knicks' edge over the Heat right now is 3 to stay in the top 6. Sixers right now are in OT playing the Spurs. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. I'm Bill Pito. Alan Hahn's going to join us here in a couple of moments. So too will Monica McNutt. This is a huge game for the Knicks. When you consider that they came into this contest having lost 4 of their last 5, trying to move closer to locking a top 6 spot up in the Eastern Conference, they're able to do that as they outscore Milwaukee in the second half, 72 to 48. Remember, in the first half, at the break, the Knicks were down by 11. They end up winning 122 to 109. Let's take a look at the highlights from tonight's ball game as Jalen Brunson with that 43-point outing tonight. 9th time he's done that. That's the 3rd most 40-point games in a single season in the history of the Knicks franchise. Giannis to Bobby Portis, a former Knick, had a big game with 24 points. Giannis here against OG Anunoby, up and good. And Antetokounmpo had 28 tonight. But Jalen Brunson, 23 in the first half, 23 of the Knicks' 50 first half points. Knicks, however, down by 11 at the half, but then they poured it on. Third quarter and fourth quarter, all Knicks. Look at them run the break. Hartenstein getting it done there in transition. And then you have Brunson up and good. And the Knicks were able to actually to do well when Brunson was resting. Bogdanovich, excellent off the bench. Deuce McBride had 8. Bogdanovich, one of his better games for the Knicks, had 15. Knicks actually a +2 tonight when Brunson was sitting. So that was huge. They're +11 when Brunson was in, +2 when Brunson was out. DiVincenzo, 8 of 11 from downtown, 12 points in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks are able to hold off the Bucks. Look at the great hustle there by Hartenstein, setting it up for Bogdanovich in transition. And a much-needed win tonight for the Knicks. DiVincenzo, really good from downtown, especially when it mattered most with 4 threes in the fourth quarter. So you total it up, and the Knicks win the third quarter 39-24. They win the fourth quarter 33-24, and they beat the Bucks 122 to 109. You see the numbers. Knicks 14 of 29 from downtown. They outboard the Bucks 41-38, and the turnover story critical. The Knicks only was 7 the entire game. Milwaukee committed 14. All right, Alan Hahn helped call the game tonight with Mike Breen. Now joins us from Milwaukee. Alan, how about that second half tonight for the Knicks?
You know, it was a matter of who was going to get hot from downtown first, because both teams were 4 of 14 from 3 in that first half, and you were just waiting to see who was going to catch fire. Now, Bobby Portis caught fire for the Bucks, but no one else did for the Knicks. 9 of 13 from downtown. Donte DiVincenzo got into it, and every time they seemed to want to double Jalen Brunson, he seemed to make the right play, the right pass, finding the open man, and his teammates picked him up and made sure that they knocked down some of those open shots. To me, it really was about the start of that third quarter, what we've seen from the Knicks. Bill, we've talked about how those first quarters, the slow starts, have been an issue, and it was another night again where the Knicks were in a deficit chasing the scoreboard. But that third quarter was a totally different story as they came out and they were the aggressors, and suddenly the Bucks were on their heels, and it just shows you what they've been going through struggle-wise, where the Knicks just completely outworked them on their own floor in a desperation game. And now when you look at the standings, it's real. With 4 games to go, the possibility of finishing as high as second place is there for the Knicks, believe it or not.
Knicks only a game behind second place Milwaukee, but despite this win, remember, Milwaukee owns a tiebreaker. 2 teams played each other 5 times.
Don't give me all that kind of. Who needs facts right now,
Bucks
Bill Pito? Come on.
3 of the 5 games. Brunson, 43 points. But as he just talked about with you and Mike Breen after the game, he's doing a great job of doing what the defense is giving him. So if he's getting doubled, he's doing a great job distributing it. 8 more assists in this game to go with the 43 points. And Monica is joining the show. That's always a good thing. And there's a lot to smile about, Monica, right?
How long so did you walk backwards down the steps? I mean,
Monica, you haven't hustled like that all
I'm
year
just
long.
saying. We went down the same steps.
Okay, excuse me.
You're younger than me. You should have beat me down here.
I'm not going to just ditch my radio partner, Pat O'Keefe. We had a great call and a chance to talk to Donte DiVincenzo postgame. I wasn't going to miss that.
We talked with Jalen Brunson, and it's funny that Mike Breen excused me early.
How kind of Mike. Sorry, Pito, continue.
Great hustle, Monica. We're talking about Brunson, not only with the 43 points, but a great job distributing when he was double-teamed and blitzed tonight.
Yeah, this double-double thing as of late, or close to, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, 43, 8, and 6. Not quite double-double today.
Oh, I thought you about Hartenstein, but yes.
No, Jalen Brunson.
The 8 assists for sure, and a lot of it again in the second half. The great playmaking, what we were just talking about, and I'm sure you talked about in your broadcast. Jalen Brunson told us when the double comes, he sees it. The middle of the paint's open. Guys are going to flash, and when they do, they're open, and he's going to make that pass.
Yeah, and I think we continue to go back to his basketball IQ. And then tonight, in that second half, it was actually the second pass out of the double team. And Coach Tom Thibodeau talks a lot about that. Donte DiVincenzo found Isaiah Hartenstein one time, and I just love Isaiah Hartenstein going to this floater in the paint more and more consistently because the two-man game between he and Jalen was effective at points. And overall, this team flipping the switch at halftime after a first half in which Jalen literally refused to allow them to get down, but so much because he was the only guy that was playing any type of quality basketball.
Halftime, he had 24, I believe. The rest of the team had 27, or somewhere 23 and 27. So somebody had to step up, and there was a whole bunch of somebodies. I really want to talk about some of the unsung heroes because obviously DiVincenzo got hot. Jalen Brunson's been fantastic. But let's talk about OG Anunoby's game for a minute. Because while the shooting isn't there yet, he's working his way back, and you could see he's missing shots and was hesitant. His defense, when he's guarding Giannis, who's one of the most difficult people to guard, and the deflections, he had 6 stocks in this game, 4 steals, 2 blocks. I think his impact on the defensive end alone is why he's so valuable when he's back in the lineup.
So, +7, I believe, on the game tonight.
He did it again, didn't he? Yes,
right.
+7.
+7, he's fantastic.
19 straight now, right?
Yep, 16 and 2 now, or 16 and 3, excuse me, now with him in the lineup. I just love the confidence in that he wasn't playing timid. But if we stay there, and I know this next young man only played 17 minutes, but the minutes that Deuce McBride gave this team off the bench, he was the first guy, Pito, in my mind, outside of Jalen Brunson, that looked at this Bucks defense and said, oh, no, I'm not scared. Let's just see what happens. He went in the paint. He scored the basketball. He picked off a pass to give this team some energy on defense, allowing it to turn into offense. And again, even though it was short but sweet, it was very, very effective. He was there for a good time, not a long time.
Okay, and 2 3-pointers and 3 steals as well for his impact. Bill, if I may, there's more unsung heroes I want to talk about. I said it a couple of times in the broadcast. He's coming. It's starting to show. Mitchell Robinson, his blocks, his ability to around the basket to get extra possessions from tips. The hands aren't quite there yet, Monica. Like the ball keeps bobbling his hands, but you can see it's starting to come.
Yeah, I think we saw it last game, and I know Chicago was a loss, but you see his legs are under him. He's aggressive. He's diving on the floor after loose balls. He's being active. It's good to see Mitchell Robinson getting his legs back under him. And then the heads-up play, because the clean block that he did have on this end was just fantastic. And even the tie-up, guys, when he's diving on the floor after a loose ball with Damian Lillard. And I get it, the foul, fine, but his point was that he had tied that basketball up before the foul had happened. And that's the kind of effort, the total effort you want to see from your big guy working his way back.
And again, 19 minutes in this game. They're going to control his minutes still as he's working his way back into shape. But you just, the numbers won't say 1 point, but 6 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, a couple of tap backs, 3 block shots, and 2 of those blocks were intimidating. Because you know what's intimidating? Giannis Antetokounmpo going to the basket, and he blocked it twice. So those are all good signs. There's many more down this list of this box score, Bill, that we could go through. But it was a team effort in that second half, and now the Knicks' magic number is 1. 1 is the magic number.
All right, guys, thanks so much. 1 to lock in a top 6 spot and avoid the play-in. Got to mention Isaiah Hartenstein, 18 and 10. Bogdanovich, 15 points off the bench. Key, especially when Brunson was resting. And Deuce McBride, 8 key points off the bench, helping the Knicks' cause.